Hello, how is everybody? Right now, I'm just hoping you can hear me. Testing out a new sound system really quick, but I need it to. Ah, sounds like you can hear me. Yay! That's what we want. All right, good. So, how are you today? It's Wednesday, January 3rd, and this is Harmony Stamps with Michelle, and I'm Michelle. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you from Pueblo, Colorado, just hanging out and doing the things. I got some awesome cards for you today for our make and takes. But in addition to that, I just wanted to remind everybody that our last chance products are, do it this way, maybe. There we go. Our last chance products are going to be gone at midnight tonight, Mountain Standard Time. And with any luck at all, that's when the brand new catalog is going to open up for everybody. I'll be able to open those for you tomorrow. In fact, I will be doing a tour of the catalog along with some cards that have already been completed using some of the products, including these celebration items and things like that. But for now, I just want everybody to know the last chance products, today's the last day for those. So if there's anything in this list that you can find by going to the little dots there, specials, last chance products, that'll take you to this page. And everything that's retiring is going to be here. There are some things that are carrying over. So like this bundle is not carrying over, but the two items in it are. So you'll still be able to get this stamp set individually and these dies individually. But if you want it at the bundle price, today's the last day to do that. And that is 10% off when they do bundle those. This stamp set's going away, but this punch is staying. And so the bundle's completely going away. And with this bundle, again, the stamp set and dies, I think they're both going, but one way to find out. So, yeah, you can see the stamp set here is retiring for sure. So everything that's retiring is shown here on the last chance page, and all the bundles are retiring from the mini that we just had. That paper that I demonstrated on Sunday is also retiring, and all the papers are retiring with one exception, and that is the Magical Meadow paper, or Winter Meadow paper. So again, if there's anything at all that you still want to get your hands on or need more of before it's gone, you need to do that by midnight tonight. Don't want to belabor that point too long. You can use the host code there. For some reason, let's just go ahead and add this to my cart and show you. For some reason, when I'm doing the host code link, it's supposed to take you directly so that when you go put something in the store, it automatically puts the host code in, and therefore it's attached to me, and then I know that you've ordered from me and are wanting the make and takes when that purchase is $35 or more. But right now it's not. That link is not going directly to me. So you will need to enter that host code right there. It says host code. It's optional. But this links you to me, and if you want the make and takes, you're going to have to use the host code in order for me to know that you want those make and takes and be able to get that order out to you. And I would love to get those make and takes out to you as well, especially today. We're using brand new product that you guys can't even purchase until tomorrow unless you are a demonstrator already. So that's how you would do it, or you could even just come down here and search for me by name, and this is me. I've got my picture showing, Michelle, in Pueblo, Colorado, and click that and it'll automatically tell you you're shopping with me. So on the checkout page, if you don't see me there and the host code automatically there, then you know you need to enter those yourself. Okay, great, fantastic. So let's go ahead and get rid of that because we're not going to need it anymore. I also want to make sure you all are aware that we are doing, uh, wow, my brain is, okay. I have a newsletter that goes out minimum of once a week, up to 3-ish times a week. When something is new is released by Stamping Up, like tomorrow there's going to be at least one new kit, possibly two. There's 2 new kits a month starting this month. We don't know if they're all going to release on the same day or if they're going to release 2 different times during the month. We'll know more tomorrow about that. But starting tomorrow, one of those new kits at least will be available, along with all of the products from the mini catalog and the celebration brochure. And that information went out in today's newsletter, along with the PDF, which is my free gift to you as being a subscriber to my newsletter, which shows you how to make this card, which uses some of that new product. So the thank you is from the online exclusive stamp set So Sincere. This pretty ribbon is a celebration item for $50 in purchase. We're in the US, so that's where the money comes from. You can get this ribbon for free, and it's beautiful and wrinkly, and I love it. And then this embossing folder is actually a standalone embossing folder from the new mini catalog. And then on the inside, I used these stamps from the, I think it was the Tranquil something. Still getting all the names memorized. So in this case, I just stamped it in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And then I also stamped one on a separate piece of paper and colored it in to just give kind of that, nice little look. So this is the PDF tutorial that goes out this week with your newsletters. So if you are not on the list, the link for that is down below. You can always unsubscribe at any point if it's too much or you just aren't interested in the information. But every week I send out at least one free tutorial. Depending on how many extras I may have, I can send out more in additional emails if I feel like I have extras. And of course, those instructions have cutting instructions and stamping instructions, but they all have layouts as well. And like last month's was fun folds. So all of the tutorials we had last month were fun folds, which you can use in newer product. You just have the directions for cutting and creating those cards, and then you design it how you want with the products you have, whether they're Stamping Up products or products you receive from somewhere else. So tomorrow I can happily open these. This is the celebration brochure, and it goes from tomorrow, or midnight tonight, hopefully. It definitely by 3 o'clock tonight, Mountain Standard Time, but hopefully midnight Mountain Standard Time. From tonight until February 29th. There are a number of products that I've already showed you most of everything in here, but I'm going to be doing some extra videos this week revealing the new catalog products, showing you what I've already made so far, and also I'm going to be showcasing the celebration in a lot of my weekly card classes, as well as every Saturday. I don't know the timing yet, but on Saturdays I'm going to spend an hour or two just kind of playing around with the product, showing you my process. It'll be a craft along with me sort of event, but showcasing the celebration products absolutely heavily during that time, so you can see how to use it, how it looks on a card, how to use it in designing and things like that. So that's going to be fun. And additionally, the mini catalog also launches at the same time, but it goes through April. And there are a lot of really awesome things in here. And again, I've showed you most of it, but not all of it. So today, we're going to be doing the Be Mine Suite. And if you want the make and takes from today, just use that host code that's down below and or in the description. I'm going to remove the host code now from the screen so that you don't have to look at me or look at it. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. And we're going to make this bigger. And so basically, in order to get the make and takes, I show you how to create 3 cards using this suite and or bundle, whatever I happen to be working with that week. This week it is a suite. And then you'll be able to get the make and takes for 2 each of those 3 cards. So a total of 6 cards. That means you get the paper and you get the die cuts. You don't get anything stamped. You also get the embellishments. So you need to provide your own stamps, ink, and adhesives in order to place the cards together. But I do send along enough of the embellishments and then, of course, if there's something that has been die cut or punched, I punch those out for you in advance and allow you to, you know, work with them, you know, at home. But you, because of Stampin' Up's rules, you will have to do your own stamping as well. So just want to show you once again this Be Mine paper. It is so, so cute with those little bees running around. We're using this page today, both sides in our cards. And then these honey jars are so cute. I love them. And we are also going to be using both sides of this paper today. And then there's this one with all the flowers and the back side. I don't remember if we're using this one because we use 3 different pages, and I'm pretty sure it's not that one or this one or the next one. And these little cute bees flying around with their bee trails and hearts. And then on the back is just a bunch of hearts with petal pink and sweet sorbet. And then these bees with the flowers. They're all kind of having fun too. And on the back is this honeycomb pattern in petal pink. And then this is the other sheet we used. I've used so much of this sheet already that I have to show you a full sheet today. Because I didn't have a sheet big enough to really show you. And we're using both sides of this page of paper. And the colors that coordinate with it are Basic Black, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Petal Pink, Pool Party, and Sweet Sorbet. The Be My Valentine bundle is the bundle that goes with this suite, and it is got all of these stamps. So it says, Be Mine, You're as Sweet as Honey, I Love You No Matter What, Happy Valentine's Day, You'll Always Be the One for Me, cute, love that one, Love You, and You Make My Heart Buzz, and we'll be using a few of these sentiments today. This gives you the solid color of the bee, and then that gives you the black stripes of the bee, or whatever color if you want to be a little unconventional. Then you have a couple of stems and some flower options. There are 4 different faces, so your regular smiley face, your winky face, your closed eye smiley face, and then your side eye, which actually goes really well with the I love you no matter what. So definitely that one would be one to use with my kids sometimes, my grandkids now really. And then you have a bee trail, and I love that, and then their little antennae. And then you have a set of 3 hearts and then a single heart and some honeycomb. And this is their wings. And this is also wings if you want to do a solid color for the wings, or it can just be a heart. And so those are photopolymer stamps. And as you can see, we're using quite a bit of the stamps today because I've got the ones I'm not using still in the case. Then it uses this punch, which gives you the bee body, and then it gives you 2 hearts. So this heart can be used for the wings, and this heart can be used for the antennae. And then, of course, you have the bee body with the bee sting, and this is also an interesting shape that can be a conversation bubble. That's the word I was looking for. Conversation bubble. Makes a very good one. All right, so I did pre-stamp in Memento Tuxedo Black ink all of the stamps on this sheet of basic white so that I could see how they looked on paper and get a better idea of how to work them together. So there's all 4 of those faces in a row, including that side eye, which is hilarious. I love that. Okay, the cards, in addition to those items in the suite, we have this ribbon, which is a bordered ribbon in Sweet Sorbet and I'm guessing that's basic white. So you've got white on each edge, that's the border, and Sweet Sorbet down the middle. It actually ties really well into a bow. I really appreciate that a lot about that. And then, oh, let me get it. Here we go. Uh-oh, frozen. We have these embellishments with flowers and hearts in 4 colors, the Sweet Sorbet, the Petal Pink, the Daffodil Delight, and the Pool Party. And as you can see, we are using all of them on our cards today. It's going to be fun. All right. So our first card that we're going to be doing today is this lovely Be Mine. And so as you can see, I tied a nice little ribbon with that bow, or bow with that ribbon. And then I used some Daffodil Delight paper and some basic white and some Sweet Sorbet, all on basic black. And I have a little bee trail with just the bee face and antennae. It just seemed like a cute thing because actually when I looked at the stamp set itself, to me that just looked really cute. I wanted a different face than that one, so I did use that one. But it just looks cute, you know, no body or anything for that one, but that's okay, not needed. So I pre-cut everything, and when you get the make and takes, you also will receive a PDF of the how to make all 3 of the cards, including cutting directions and all of that. Okay, so we're going to start. I organized everything and I'm already losing stuff. How does that happen? Well, I put stuff exactly where I wanted to see it. And my tape runner, my seal, has gone and run off. It's just hiding. There we go. Frequently, that's what happens. So we're going to take our Sweet Sorbet layer. I'm going to start with the gingham. Yeah, they're both kind of a good. So I just, look at both sides and say, which one do I really like the most for, and I think I do want that one on the upside, just because I like how he's flying up there, and that gives me this space for the sentiment there. So we're going to put our seal on the back of our designer series paper. And I'm going to place it up in this corner, giving it a decent amount of space, but And then we're going to put seal on the back of this. And I do like the seal a lot. It's just as fast and nice and easy. Make sure we've got the paper going in the right direction. And actually, just because of the way I'm offsetting this, I want to do it in this direction upside down while I put it on the paper, just so that I can have a good idea of where my borders are going to land. Once I'm happy with it, I press it on down, and then I'm going to put seal on the back of this and place it on my basic black card layer. Lining it up on the 3 sides and just making sure I've got enough space. All right, so then I am going to stamp my interior. And I'm going to need all 3 of my inks for this, so I'm going to get them out and ready to go. Got Sweet Sorbet, Daffodil Delight, and Tuxedo Black. All ready to go in my silicone mat, which gets to hold still and also stop the extra sounds from happening that we don't want. So I'm going to start with my Be Mine. And I am going to need to switch glasses for this because it's tiny and I need to fit it in that space. I'm going to tap on it till I get some good coverage in the Tuxedo Black. I'm going to line it up and press. And there we go. Beautiful. And I am just going to put some seal on the back of that. And make sure I've got the pretty side of the daffodil to light up. And line it up side to side. Oops. I want even. Press it down a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to use our dimensional edges. Get my snips. And place the dimensionals on the back side of that sentiment. Put my trash right there until I'm done. That way it doesn't go everywhere, because I don't know about you, but if I don't contain the backings of my dimensionals, they end up absolutely everywhere where you don't want them to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and place it right about there on my card. And I'm going to get, I found with these, they're so flat it's really hard to make it work any other way. So I'm going to grab one of these big hearts right here and place it right there. And I'm going to grab a yellow heart and place it about there. And then I want a big blue heart, pool party, and place it there. I want one of these red flowers. I'm going to use one of the smaller ones and place it up there. And then a pool party one right about there. And then we're going to need our ribbon. So I'm just going to grab out enough of this and make a loop. Wrap it around. Pull tight. Oops, not that tight yet. This is the danger of ribbon tying live. Okay, so I'm going to make my loop. I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm folding this and pushing it through to give me that other loop. Then I'm going to pull tight where everything's fairly flat and huge, right? Then I'm going to shrink the loops down, and then I'm really going to pull tight one more time and shrink it down to the size of the loops I want. And just a little bit more. All right, so then I'm going to cut my edge on an angle and even up the other one to about the same size. Beautiful. Put this aside for now. We can use it on all three cards in a variety of ways. And then I need my glue dots. I'm actually using both glue dots, dimensionals, I guess all glue dots, dimensionals, and seal today for sure. I think that's all the adhesives I used, but still. And I like to put dots on the ends of the tails as well, just so that I can control how they land and are placed. So that's the front of the card. And now I'm going to stamp the inside. So I'm going to find my Happy Valentine's Day stamp and ink it up in my Sweet Sorbet. And then place it right about here on my card base or matte layer. Good, like that. Then I need my bee trail, which happens on all three cards. And if I have enough space, I do it in this direction. When I first stamped these, I hadn't fully designed everything and didn't know exactly how I wanted it to go, and so I didn't give myself enough room. And so I'm just kind of lining it up with that sentiment a little bit. Lift it up. And then I need my bee face and my little antennae. So I'm going to put my little bee face here and my antenna right above it, just like that. And we're going to need to place this gingham strip on the very bottom of the matte layer. So I'm just going to run some adhesive across the bottom and line it up. Let me see if I can show you better. Right here on the corner, side and bottom, and then visually get it, straight across so that it's covering the edge. Going to trim the excess off, and I'm going to put seal on the back and place it inside the card. Pretty easy, plenty of space to leave a message. And so there is our first card. Yay! I like that. All right, our second card we're doing is this card, You're as Sweet as Honey. And I'm using the nesting dies and the stylish shape dies for the different things that I'm doing today. And on the inside, you'll always be the one for me. All right, so let's go ahead and get our pieces out. I'm using Sweet Sorbet card base and Lemon Lime Twist for our matte layer. And as you can see, I use the honey side and the bee trail side of this paper. So I'm going to put the bee trail down on the Lemon Lime Twist using my seal. There we go. Let's get this out of the way a moment. And I've left a decent amount of border just because I want that color to really pop and help pop the rest of the card. And also, by putting the honey jars over the top of this, that reduces the busyness of this paper and makes it much more attractive. I mean, it's fun anyways, but it's better when it's not as busy, because sometimes too busy is just too busy. All right, so then on this, we're going to stamp the sentiment, You're as Sweet as Honey. Uh-oh. Why am I having troubles? Uh-oh. We don't like that. Can you? Oh, there we go. Sorry for the internets. I did reboot everything today. Hopefully it will not be as difficult. So I'm stamping this again in Sweet Sorbet and side to side. There we go. But I also just wanted to add a little bit extra. So I've got my little hearts, my little trio of hearts. I'm going to place those right about there. And I also just wanted a little bit extra. And so I took my honeycomb stamp and trying to do it in a way that shows more than just 3. But there we go. Let's do it this way this time. See how that comes out. There we go. And since I have ink on my mat, I'm going to use my cleaning chamois. And as far as stamping goes, that's done. So we're going to put seal across the back of that. Line it up on our Lemon Lime Twist banner piece. And that's the nice thing about getting the Make and Takes is you don't have to do all this cutting yourself. It will be done for you. I love using up my edges on my dimensionals. It makes me very happy. So I'm going to do each side and center. And I'm going to peel those backings off. And just, oops, before we do that, let's go ahead and attach our base layer. It's a lot easier to put glue on the back of this when it doesn't have something holding it up. All right, seal on the back of that, line it up on the 3 sides, check the bottom. When I'm happy, go ahead and press it down. Now I can go ahead and place this. And so I want to like focus on showing off the honey pots. And so it really depends on which piece of paper I end up with, where I'm going to place it. And I just barely set it down, which is why I was able to pull it up again. And it really goes edge to edge on that sweet sorbet. And yeah, I think in this case I'm going to leave it down there. And let's tie our next bow. Ah, I buried the ribbon. So once again, just going to grab a little loop and flip it around. And all right, try it again, Michelle. Go slower. And there is a back side and a front side, so you definitely want to make sure you have the front side up for the majority of this. Fold it and press it through. Now I can shorten my loops and then get the tight bits. And when I'm happy, one last little go and pull back in a little bit. There we are. I'm going to grab and create my little edge and make this side approximately the same length. Get my glue dots. I love, love, love the glue dots, especially for ribbons and, you know, even little things like little sentiments that don't need to be put up on dimensionals. And you can buy all of these products on my website. Alright, so now I need to decide placement on this. Yep, I'm still okay with it. Century. There we go. And let's go ahead and place our embellishments. I did like the yellow one there, the small pool party flower down here, and a large petal pink flower. Let's do that one there. And then we need to do our inside. In this case, I did use the You'll Always Be the One for Me. So let me see. That's the one. All right. Ink it up in Sweet Sorbet. Get it down low enough so that it looks right. With our bee trail. You can do the bee trail in tuxedo black if you prefer. I just really like it in the Daffodil Delight for some reason. And now we need our little face and antennae. So cute. Get some glue on the base of this. And with the bee trails, go down into the corner. Line it up as good as you can. And in this case, it's actually cut to the appropriate length. And ignore that. There's always 2 sides to every piece of paper. This was supposed to go on the inside of the last card, but I forgot it was landscape and not portrait. So that's what happens when you make mistakes. You fix them by stamping on the other side. Or I could have used that in a separate card. All right, there is our second card, all complete and ready to go. Yay! That leaves just one card left, and that is this lovely card. And it's going to use up some of the scraps of paper and some of the scraps of the cardstock from cutting this stuff. And it says, "You make my heart buzz," and it's got those pretty flowers. And then we actually created a bee flying up into the air, and on the inside we did the Happy Valentine's Day as well. So that was pretty fun. Well, let's go ahead and get our bits out. This one is the most complicated of the cards. Let's start by assembling. Oops, I have an extra white heart. Oh wait, no, it's not extra. It's on purpose. Let's do our stamping. Let's do that first. So you make my heart buzz. We're going to put on our sentiment strip. And this is from the Nested Essentials dies. This one is. There you go. Love it. And then we're going to need our bee stripes and sting. Oh, but we need more black ink on it. Make sure you have plenty of black ink, especially when you're stamping on colored cardstock. It's going to take a lot more ink to really saturate the paper. Then we're going to line it up as best as we can. Now, alternatively, you can do the stamping and then the punching. But there we go. And actually, I'm going to use my Stampin' Right marker, my basic black, and just add more color. And I'm going to use my brush tip on this one. So when you don't quite have enough color, you can add more to really give it that depth that you're looking for. Just be careful that you don't go out of the lines. So I'm not like going all the way to the edge. I'm just trying to make sure I've got good coverage. There we go. All right, and then we need to stamp our antenna. So we need to get those. And they just go right in the heart. So there's a little heart, and we're going to line it up so that the little balls of the antenna go up at the top. And boom, there we go. And then we need our little wings, and we're going to put them on the sweet sorbet. And we're doing the same, lining up the tops of them with those paper bits. And there's the first one, and the second. First one got a little bit off of the paper, so once again I'm going to grab my cleaning cloth from my Glass Mat Studio and do that. Then on the back of this, I need to put some glue down, some seal, so that I have a place for everything to go. And I just want the little antenna sticking out the top. Probably should have done the face first, but that's okay. And then I'm going to attach the first wing and the second wing. Alright, and now let's get the little bee face. And if you'd prefer a different face, then put a different face on. There's that. We're going to put this little guy up on dimensionals, but we're not going to take the backings off the dimensionals yet because we need to finish the front of the card to the point where we can put it on. But I did want to show you with dimensionals on this particular, thing. I'm going to put them partially over the elements I just attached with adhesive, because I want to add extra hold for those. Alright, so I'm going to set that aside, and I want this up on dimensionals as well, but for this I can go back to the edges for the moment. And put one edge there and another edge there, and that is going to do it for my edge pieces. Now I can go back to using full dimensionals for now. Once I get to the end where I have just edges, I definitely like to use those up. Or if I'm working with something that needs a smaller piece, I really love using the edges for that as well. All right, so we're going to set that aside as well. And then we're going to, this is our inside. So let's go ahead and do the inside. Let's stamp it first. And I use the Happy Valentine's Day stamp with the Sweet Sorbet. And one other reminder is those in colors from the previous catalog are going to be expiring with the new catalog in May. So if those are something you want, now is kind of the time to start thinking about whether or not you're going to grab a the refills. That's what I'm looking for. Whether it's paper or ink refills or extra blends or Stampin' Right markers, if those colors are ones that you don't think you can live without, you want to get them as soon as you can. All right, so I've got that down. Now I'm going to put the bee trail. I love this bee trail. I saw a card with it that I'm going to try and kind of pull that design in with some of my things that I'm going to be doing Sunday, using the bee trail that I really thought was absolutely cute. I want to use again, so I've got my little bee face and my little bee antenna. All right, and then we want to put a strip of seal on the bottom. And place our little striped designer series paper down. And again, this was pre-cut to fit. All right, we can go ahead and place it inside our card base. And our card base in this case is Pool Party. And our matte layer is going to be the Daffodil Delight. I spent a lot of time figuring out my color combinations, because at first I was wanting to go with black and Daffodil Delight, but I didn't quite like it with the paper, and I had to really, spend some time. This was really the hardest card to figure out, and it was the first one I worked on, which is hilarious. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. So there's our inside. Now, the real fun is on the card base layer. We're going to be using the gingham and the stripes and the red or Sweet Sorbet cardstock and the Daffodil Delight. And we're going to kind of be a little funky with it. We're not going to be very super particular. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive in the middle and on the ends. Make sure it goes on the end. And I don't think I can get it. So there we go. So with this, I'm going to start high and kind of angle it to the left a little bit, but not a horrible amount, because you do want space for everything. And then I'm going to get some adhesive on the back of the gingham. And this yellow gingham is so summery and so fun with the Daffodil Delight. Okay. And this one I want to go low and kind of cattywampus it the other way. And, if you feel comfortable doing this straight, feel free. Then I want to get this side. And this is also a fun thing to do when you have little imperfections. Those weren't imperfections. Those were just bits of lint. But to cover up if you do, this is one way that you can help disguise things. So since this one went high on this end, I want this one to go low and towards the right a bit. Like I said, this was the hardest one to figure out. And these stripes of paper was the final, yep, that's what I want to do. Because I'm like, everything I was looking at was just too busy or not enough. And so this one I want to go high and angle the other way a little bit. And if it crosses over, it's okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my strips of cardstock. So this one's going to go high and back the other way. With the daffodil being the most in line, I ended up getting some of the adhesive right there on my glass mat, but it comes up pretty well. Alright, so this time I'm going low and back this way a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to put our adhesive on the Daffodil Delight strip. And that one's just going to kind of be centered-ish, you know, and if it's not perfectly centered, nobody's going to know because of how off kilter everything else is, which is done by design. Alright, so this is the paper we're going to have facing up, so I'm going to go ahead and put some seal on the back of this and place it on the basic black layer, which I have a thin, it's about 1/18 inch border around all sides. And then I'm going to put glue my seal on the back of that and place it on my Daffodil Delight layer. And this one has a wider border intentionally, and that one is probably a little more than 1/4 of an inch. Certainly is more than 1/4 of an inch on the sides. And that we're going to put up on dimensionals. Let me get my dimensional sheet from over here and grab a couple. Try to. For some reason, some of these get really sticky on the bottom and they don't want to release with the release paper. Alright, so then we're going to remove the backings from that. Come on. And make sure we are in the, oops, wait. I was about to forget a very important bit. So I'm going to put some seal on the edges there. And I'm going to take my ribbon, my sweet sorbet ribbon, and I'm going to wrap it around the card. About like that. And I'll have it pre-cut for you. And then another piece for the bow itself. Alright, and then I'm going to center this on the card. And that's harder to do with the stripes, just because it's not, it skews with your vision on stripes. But it's okay, it will work. Alright, and then I'm going to take the backings off of my sentiment strip. And place that down there. And then my little bee is going to go get in flight. So I'm going to take the backings off of those dimensionals. And I like to tuck that in a little bit. And then we're going to tie a bow. Another bow. Fold. Make sure we got the fold flattish. Oh, stop. There. Much better. Make it tight. Finish the loops where you want them. Cut our end. Match up the other end. I just feel like I have way less waste doing it while it's still on the spool than I do when I take a pre-cut strip and then try and tie it in a bow. I end up with a lot more bits that I can't use. And I try and figure out ways to use them, but that's not always possible. Alright, so we're just going to place this on the bow, or on the ribbon strip, like that. And I decided not to use any of these embellishments on this card. so that is our finished card 3. If you want the make and takes for these 3 cards, all you have to do is, using the host code that is in the description, make a purchase on my website. It can happen today. It can happen all the way up until midnight Tuesday next week. At that point, I will be, anything after that point will be for the make and takes of the cards I'm going to be designing for Wednesday. I'm thinking I'm going to be using the Adorable Hearts bundle for that. We'll see. Anyways, you make that $35 purchase with the host code, and make sure I can see your information so I can email you, get your address, and send the cards to you directly that way. And then I will send you the paper and embellishments that you need to make all 6 of these cards, and a PDF in the mail with the instructions, including the cutting instructions. And if you just want to get regular free PDFs, all you have to do is subscribe to my newsletter. That link is also in the description below. That'll also keep you up to date on any sales that happen. Sometimes we don't even get warning on those sales until very soon after, or right before they happen. You know, like if there's going to be a 1-day free shipping, you know, usually we don't get that information till the day before, sometimes a couple days before. In the meantime, we know for sure we're getting a new kit tomorrow, and we're going to be able to open up our catalog and our celebration brochure tomorrow and look at them on camera, and they'll be available for you to purchase tomorrow. Yay! I'm so excited for you guys to be able to get these in your hands. And with every $50 purchase, you can pick one of the $50 or level 1 celebration items, or for a $100 purchase, you know, and it doesn't have to be one product for that amount, it's just total before shipping and taxes, you can get one of the level 2 items. And so there's a few level 2 items. If your order happens to be $300, then you would also be able to get the celebration rewards, which is $30 extra in product credit. You know, so not only would you be getting the, you wouldn't use my host code if your order was that large. You would just put in the order with me as your demonstrator. And then you would get the host rewards on that, as well as the host credit celebration of an additional $30. And that is something pretty awesome as well. We also have an amazing join special, and that's actually what I'm going to be focused on Saturday, is the join special, which is for the Stampin' Glass Studio, which includes this, excuse the glare, glass mat. Oh, we're frozen again. There we go. This glass mat, which I love, and you know, this silicone mat, which has this section here that has got grid, great for getting color off of your water brush. This fits stamping spots. I don't have one with me to, wait, I do. I have one right here. Perfectly. It holds a stamping spot. You can use these as palettes. Actually use this side as a palette. You can brayer technique on it, blending, watercolor. There's so many things that you can do. You can cut with the crafting tools that you can add on to your Stampin' Take Your Pick tool. You know, it is not going to scratch the mat at all. There's just so many fun things, and of course it also comes with this awesome cleaning cloth. It's thinner than our chamois, so it dries out a lot faster than our chamois does, but it's basically the same material, it's just thinner. And so it just gets, you wet it up, and then you can use it easily. You can even use it to clean your stamps after you use them, as well as your blocks, to get all of the ink off before you put them away, which is something I definitely do, you know. Especially the blocks. Those don't get very clean when I'm using the stamping chamois. Maybe it's just how I'm using it, I don't know, but I definitely love this Glass Mat Studio. And that is the one awesome thing that starting tomorrow, if you want to join my team as a demo, and you can be a hobbyist, just for the discount, or you can build a business, and I'll be happy to help you figure out how to do that. Um, then I would love to have you on my team if you don't already have a demonstrator that you're working with, and you can choose this as one of your join specials for free. It's a $60 value, and we're going to be talking about it a lot on Saturday. Okay, everybody, this has been Harmony Stamps with Michelle. I'm Michelle. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, on Sunday, we are going to be doing an extra class where we're going to be doing something more stepped up with this suite of products. Haven't decided what it is yet, but we'll get there. We'll figure it out. And I have some ideas, and I'll show you some of the other projects I've done with this or received as a swap. So have a fantastic day, and I will see you for sure tomorrow, where we're going to open up the catalog on camera and go through it and show you some of the fun things that I've got. Talk to you later.